by the time that Madero, Francisco Madero, came in and placed himself as the head of the revolution, Mexico itself was in bad shape.
When Madero actually won the revolution and Porfirio Diaz left, and then Madero went to Mexico City to form a new government, he couldn't take everybody with him. So some of the people that he left behind in northern Mexico were unhappy. So they rebelled against Madero.
Some of the revolutionary leaders that originally belonged to the Madero movement, such as General Orozco, General Jose Inez Salazar, and others, rise up against President Francisco Madero. And this is when the revolution begins to become a lot more bloody.
The people in the colonies were neutral. They did not want to join any of the different fractions that were in the government at that time.
When the conflict started to arise with the red flaggers and the revolution, having firearms was probably the one thing that gave them a sense of security, that they could protect their families.
Pascual Orozco and his forces needed arms, and they began demanding them from the colonists.
Junius Romney particularly knew, even weeks before they gave up their firearms, that things were going to get out of control if that happened. That was the breaking point. That was the turning point for the decision. They might have been able to stay, but once their protection was taken from them, there really wasn't any other option for them.
These people had to defend themselves. What are they going to do? You got lawless bands running all over. And so he made the only logical decision: ship the women and children out, and then the men followed out on horseback later. They're given almost no time. Pack what you can pack, less than 100 pounds, and get out.
Her husband had died, and so she was widowed, and just before she left, she'd packed her suitcase, and she had in her suitcase money that was going to be her support. Just before she left, a bandit came in and robbed her, leaving her without that money that she was intending for her own support.
They wouldn't know what was going on, what was going to be like when they got there, where were they going to stay, how were they going to deal with the children, where were they going to put them that would protect them. To travel that long trip north and to get to a community that when you're there are people waiting to greet you. The mayor is there. The Fort Bliss brought out tents and food and sanitary supplies and such to help these people.
The mayor at that time said it was really his obligation as a human being to welcome people and to open the doors and open the hearts. And I think he was probably symbolic of the people of El Paso, because he wasn't alone.